Alright, FishAholic fam, well, welcome back to another episode, or welcome to the channel. I just dropped the kayak on the sand here on the edge of the intracoastal, and if you can't tell from the audio or the water behind me, it is super windy today. So our goal is to launch here, cut straight across because it's an east wind, and you know the intracoastal goes north and south. So I think on that far side we'll have some shelter, and then we're gonna go a little bit south and you know, go up into a creek and really get into the backcountry and see what we can find. And also, before I forget, huge thanks to Carl's for sponsoring today's video and sending me out a few beautiful salt native plugs that were designed with Lawson Lindsay. And Lawson Lindsay, if you haven't heard of him, he's a very great saltwater Florida fisherman, and these baits are beautiful. And I think for today's fishing mission, it'll be perfect to start with one of these little jerk baits as we troll about maybe 1.5 miles south to the entrance of the creek that we're going to go up inside. And then as the evening or afternoon progresses and it gets a little bit later, then we'll have an opportunity to throw some spooks around and see if we can get some fish on Topwater. So hopefully we can make it happen today. If you're interested in any of the salt native products, you can click the link down in the description and shop at Carl's and use my code to save at checkout. Now let's get out there and see if we can put together a bite today. All right, let's get after it. So just so you have a time of reference, it's 11:50, so basically 12 o'clock. Sunset is at like 6:30 or so. So we got like 6.5 hours or so of filmable daylight to make it happen. All right, I'm about halfway across. Always look both ways. And there's a big boat flying down the middle, so I'm gonna wait for him to go by and then we'll make a race across. But once we get to the other side and into some slightly deeper water, like right now it's only 4 feet, so I'm gonna try to get into like 6 to 10 feet. Then I'll throw out this salt native mad minnow in all natural, and it looks like it's got some really good side wobbling flashy action. Also, when I first get a bait, I like to shake it. Oh yeah, it's got a lot of rattles in there, so when this bait is swimming like that, it's going to be sending out a lot of vibration in the water. And you know, when in dirty water like this, if the fish can't see the bait, they're going to use their lateral line to feel the bait and kind of get an idea of where it is. And then once they either feel it go by them or see it, then they'll react to it and eat it. All right, we found like 7.5 feet of water right here, so let's throw out the mad minnow. And this rod's a 7.6 Mojo inshore, paired with my brand new VR51 that I just got from J&H Tackle. And I just took this salt native beast walker out of the package, and I really like the color and the finish. It's got some good rattles and really strong hooks, it seems. I usually always like to test the hooks that I'm using. If I can push it out with my thumb, they're not gonna hold up to a big fish. So far so good. Hopefully we can get a bite on that later, because in reality there's like no better way to catch fish than on Topwater. Fish on. Found something. Something really tiny. Whoa, a little barracuda. So this one is a cool kind of barracuda. Like, look at him, he's got a yellow stripe down the middle of him. Oh, we got him in the eye. I'm sorry, buddy. So sorry. Hopefully he'll be okay. But take a look at this fish. Oh, or not. That was a different species of barracuda, I believe. If you know the species, comment down below. All right, so we made it to this little creek canal mouth, and we're gonna head up inside there. But I just wanna reel up the mad minnow, check it to see if it's clean, and well, there's a little piece of weed, not much. A fish probably still would have eaten it. And now we're gonna cast it back out there, but just not as far. And I'm gonna troll all the way through here out into the other side. Well, we trolled all the way through that canal creek to get to where it opens up here into like this salt pond, and not a single bite. I'll try taking a couple casts here before we start venturing around. There's a fish. First cast in the salt pond. Wow. And it's a giant monster snook. There we go. Well, even though we caught a fish, I'm gonna still take off the little mad minnow because I know that it's super shallow back in this salt pond, and I think this will just end up digging into the bottom. And also we're gonna be working a lot of mangroves, so I'll probably end up snagging a lot of the branches. So instead, I'm gonna put on this little Trout Eyes EWG swinging jig head hook. And I'm gonna pair it with this little BioSpawn 3.25 Exo swim bait. And I think this color will be fire because the water is kind of discolored. And if you want to check out these swim baits, just check out Shop Carl, link in the description. You know, same place where you can get the Salt native plugs. And these baits already have a really good scent to them fresh out of the package, but I'm of course going to just add a little Mullet Pro Cure so that we know for sure if we get a bite, that fish is going to hold on really long. That looks good. Fish on. What is this? Oh man, a real juvenile barracuda. Whoa. You know, I've been seeing a lot of mullet popping on the surface, and they're all about the size of this beast walker. So I'm gonna clip this bait off, and I know it's not like the prime time really to throw topwater, but I just think this bait will imitate those finger mullets perfectly. And who knows, maybe we'll get lucky, you know, with this stained water. You know, the fish sometimes will still hit topwater midday, and we'll be able to cover a lot more water with this. It's got really good action. Oh, there was a bite. Something small again, but it was a bite. Look at that. Wow. That was crazy. Right in front of the kayak in less than a foot of water. Or like, look at this. I can touch the bottom. That's crazy. Whew. Had to work for this little guy though. Oh, look at that. He dehooked himself. All right, not a giant, but a beautiful backwaters, topwater snook. There he goes. All right, pretty cool. We're 2 for 2. We got something on the Mad Minnow, and now just that snook on the Beast Walk. That fish hit like it was gonna be an absolute beast. It almost. All right, let's see if we can do that again. Oh, there's another one. Real tiny one though. Oh, quick release. All right, well, fast forwarding about an hour since that last quick release snook, we had one other bite from a similar sized snook that just popped off. Oh, look at that, lots of mullet back in here. But I would say we've probably fished about 95% of this salt pond now. And it's about 5 p.m. or well, 4:54, so basically 5 p.m. So we're gonna start fishing our way back out with the Beast Walker, because I think it's really like prime time now to continue to fish with that bait, and who knows, maybe we'll have a little more luck and catch a couple more snook or something bigger. But we'll work our way to that creek canal and take that back out to the intracoastal, and then we'll fish our way back to the ramp, and hopefully that'll be enough to catch a few more fish before we call it a day. Big mullet, probably. Oh! But there's a little snooky way out in the middle. I bet you the mullet that I spooked next to the kayak were bigger than this little guy. Future trophy. All right, well, no other bites in the salt pond. So we got back to the little canal and we just beelined it through, and now we're getting back to the mouth that opens up into the intracoastal. And we're just gonna, I guess, start with the Topwater, working along the mangroves on our way back, and then possibly just go back out into deeper water and throw the mad minnow again. But just gonna, you know, fish my heart out and see if I can get a few more bites before calling it a day. Oh, there he is. Come on back. Oh, he's still going for it. Come on. Let's see if we can get him to eat it again. Wasn't a big one, but still cool to see. All right, no other bites on the Beast Walker. So I'm gonna just clip this off for now and throw back on the mad minnow. Oh, fish on. I don't know what this is. It feels like we snagged a fish, but it's got some good weight to it. It's just not pulling any drag. Oh man, we can't end it like this. Snagging a catfish. Get down the hole. Go. Well, I think that's about it for the day. We're gonna have to end it, unfortunately, on a stinking catfish that we snagged. And I just fished hard, really hard, for the last like 20 minutes on this big dock here that I've never fished before, but it looked super juicy, and I was hoping that we would pull out one more Hail Mary like bite or big fish bite, but not a touch in there. So being that we're losing the filmable daylight, we're gonna wrap things up, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for more, and remember to hit the links in the description if you want to check out any of the salt native baits at Carl's. And until the next video, like always, live to fish, fish to live.